Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be an update video on my Midwest Industries NightFighter build. And before we get this video started, there are no sponsors for the channel currently. So if you want to help me out, comment down below this video. Let me know what you thought of it, share it around, hit the subscribe button. That stuff really helps me out. No drama on this channel, just 2014 style reviews. I have a B channel that I am really trying to get started. I will put a card up in the right-hand corner of your screen now. It's FF Lifestyle Adventure content over there. There has to be something on that channel that you are interested in. I promise you. I only got about 280 subs right now. I really need your help. Give me that subscribe, share it around. I really appreciate it. The Midwest Industries NightFighter. What an awesome, just off the shelf rifle. Now, full disclosure, Midwest Industries did send me this rifle a long time ago for review, and I was able to keep the rifle. I did actually have to send the rifle back. I had just a small burr in the chamber, surprisingly, even though this is a Criterion barrel inside of this rifle, and they took care of me, of course. But that shows you absolutely that this rifle was not cherry-picked. They also did not ask me to do this review at all. I just took it upon myself to do it because I added some things to this rifle, and I have quite a few more rounds through it to give it more of an overview than I once did. But Midwest Industries is awesome. Those guys continuously listen to the market, and I really appreciate that from content creators. They just want to hear the truth. Since you guys last saw the NightFighter, and this is basically Midwest Industries' kind of premium build. If you want to get an off-the-shelf rifle with an excellent barrel, Raptor charging handle, radiant safety, and all of the other little bits and bobs, this is the rifle that Midwest Industries offers. And I think if you were looking for something to compete with the BCM level price point, this would be it. But I have been very, very pleased with my NightFighter. And really the only thing that I wanted to change on it, especially now that I'm getting into the whole FRT world and other forced reset options, I wanted a beefier rail. There's nothing wrong with the Midwest M-Lock rail that came on it, but I wanted their quad rail. I have been so much more drawn to quad rail full-length builds lately, and I just think it gives you so much more rigidity in the rail itself. When you're holding the gun, it just gives you that little checkbox like this thing can survive a freaking IED, but it just, I just like it. So everything went so lightweight and high speed, and I get that. But at the same time, there's just something nice if you can man up a little bit and have a little bit more weight. It is going to be a really nice package. So of course, I have their full-length quad rail. I love the Midwest quad rail. It is very slim where it needs to be slim and beefed out where it needs to be beefed out. The only gripe I've ever had, I'll try to get into a good position to show you here, of the quad rail, Midwest, I just don't get the little underscoop on the bottom. Don't do the underscoop, man. Just make it flat and you guys would have the coolest quad rail on the market. Just this little right there, I just don't like that. And I've heard that from everyone I've talked to about these rails. They're great rails. I just hate that little bottom cut. I don't know why they do that. It probably has some sort of engineering reason, but I can tell you firsthand the industry doesn't like it, so make them flat. You guys would probably sell a lot more of them. The actual rigidity of the rail, of course, has been excellent. Moving up, I have the brand new ProTac HPX. This is quite the light. It has a lot more candela than the original ProTacs. This is brand new. I'm going to talk a lot more about this light in a future video, but Streamlight sent this out to me after SHOT Show, and I have been reviewing it. I really don't have enough time on it so far to say enough in this video about it, but you can see I've already beat the living crap out of the light, and it's survived a good bit. Running Silencer Co. ASR on here, just my tried and true muzzle device option. I really like the ASR mount still. And I was running the Resilient Stacy's Mom suppressor. That combo with this sounded excellent. We have a mid-length Criterion barrel, as I mentioned, and with that mid-length gas system, it just provides probably what I would consider the most optimal gas tube length for a DI AR to run suppressed. It's just, that's my preference time and time again. I have on there the Midwest Combat irons, of course, my favorite irons that you could possibly have on a rifle. I really dig that quite a bit. I have a True North Concepts 08K on here, and this is going to be the Picatinny top on this. So this is a really nice aluminum vert grip. I really like it. It's not too bad. So I've been running this on here quite a bit. And I may end up actually, so these can swap around to be a more angled vertical grip. And I'm probably going to end up doing that on this. For whatever reason, this rail, normally I like running them 90, but on this rail, I kind of want a slight angle to it. And that's just how I've been feeling at the range. It's kind of very much gun dependent on your vert grip, whatever one that you go with. EOTech 512, man. I dig the 512s. AA batteries, easy to swap at the range. Batteries out the ass. Everywhere you go, you got AA batteries. I have never had an issue with the 512s. Of course, yes, if you are on a more subcompact AR, maybe you want a more compact EOTech or compact red dot. But for my cases, I really like the 512s. This is my second 512 that I have just floating around the collection, and they always wind their way up on almost every freaking build that I have. I just really like them. They're very durable. I've never ever had an issue with the 512. I also did upgrade the bolt carrier group. It came with a standard Midwest Industries bolt carrier group, and my plan ultimately is to run this in somewhat of a force reset setup. So I did go with the Midwest Enhanced bolt carrier group, and this is just going to be a little bit more optimal for higher rates of fire. And they also kind of like glassed over the sides, flattened it out. It's very carboned up right now from running suppressed, but as you could imagine, again, it's just going to work in the action a little better than their standard. Of course, any standard bolt carrier group that has the proper cut in the rear would also work. Radian Ambi Safety Selector on this. I am not a huge fan of Ambi selectors. I don't like them at all. I have never felt a reason to have an Ambi selector on an AR-15. This, to me, has always been an annoyance because when I go into that fire position, I almost always feel it on my finger when I choke up on the actual pistol grip itself. In this case, it is a 45 degree, so I feel that a lot less, of course, but I just don't need that. My preference every single time is a standard mil-spec selector. A good detent mil-spec selector, that's my preference every time. BCM grip here with the pistol grip, no issues with this. Usually I do prefer, I think it's the Mod 0 that does not have the beaver tail. So again, you can kind of choke up real nice on the grip. But in this case, I want to say it's the Mod 1. I can never remember with their grips. This is the one with the beaver tail, and no complaints there. I have the B5 SOP mod stock on the back here, and that would be my preference. Midwest Industries QDN cap on here, that's the same as it was, but I've never really run those. I just don't like the sling getting in the way of my firing hand. I did swap out to a Geisley supercharging handle here, which is of course Ambi. I actually do prefer the Raptors over these, but these do snag a little less than the Raptors, and I actually ended up just taking the Raptor for a different build. So ultimately the Geisley charging handle is what I swapped to, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I would prefer this. It would actually usually be the other way around. Now, I can't remember if I had this in the first video or not, but running a Blue Force Gear sling, and honestly, I'll probably be quickly swapping that out soon for a Huberworks sling. I'm kind of over the cotton web slings on ARs. you can notice in this video, like they don't sit well in any situation. This is a well-worn sling. This has probably got about 7 years on it. And it's still like hard, if that makes sense. It gets in the way, snags on everything. The Huberworks slings, will it last 7 years? I don't know. I haven't had it for 7 years, but it does have just the nylon or whatever the hell it's made out of lays a lot nicer in every single situation that I've had it in. So we'll be swapping out to that very, very soon. But that's about it, guys. I love this rifle. I've never had any complaints about it. Would have zero issues having it in any sort of a defensive role or an SHTF role. And that is going to wrap this video up. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about the Midwest Industries NightFighter package or the upgrades that I've done to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, stay tuned for more great videos coming soon.